Poppy, and today we are going to be making tuna slice. I have Megan here with me.
Hi, I'm Megan. I'm the dietitian.
So yeah, we should probably start with hand washing, I think.
Great, off you go. Okay, so wash your hands. So wet your hands with water. Apply enough soap to cover all the surfaces. Rub your hands palm to palm and the backs of your hands as well, in between your fingers. Clean your nails as well and your thumbs and your wrists, and then rinse it off with water. This should take about 20 seconds or long enough to sing happy birthday twice. Then dry your hands thoroughly with paper towel. Tell me about this tuna slice.
Well, it's really, really delicious, and I know it may not seem like that while you're making it, but trust me, it's so good, and it's also so easy and fun to make.
All right, it looks healthy too. There's lots of different ingredients here.
Yeah, there is.
What have we got?
We have got onions, eggs, tomatoes, cheese, corn, tuna, and breadcrumbs.
Okay, great.
Oh, and oil and pepper.
Great, all right. And is there any particular utensils that you need to make this dish?
We have a knife, chopping board, spatula, whisk, cups to measure your ingredients, just a bunch of bowls, and your pan to put your tuna slice in.
All right, great. So what's the first step?
Well, first, take the onion and cut the head of it off.
So for anyone watching at home, have you got any tips for knife safety?
Well, always make sure your fingers are well clear from the blade. And make sure you just always have the flat side on the ground, but we can't really do that at the moment.
Okay, great. So you've cut the end off there. So I can see you've got a good firm grip on the knife there, which is great. Bit of a tough onion to get through.
It really is.
It's a big one.
Yeah.
All right.
So just take the skin off because you don't want that. We have a bowl here for it. So
Just for the rubbish.
yeah.
Okay. So you want to kind of try keep it together and not let the bits fall apart too much. So a good safe way to cut is what Poppy's doing there is with that claw grip. So keeping your fingertips out of the way. And if your fingertips aren't anywhere near the knife, then you'll be safe. So does this need to be a special size, Poppy, when you're cutting up the onion?
They should probably be cubed. So just put that in the bowl.
Yep, get this rubbish out of the way for you.
Thank you.
There you go. So we're using a whole onion for this?
Yep, so just cut the other half of it.
All right, great. So that's the onion. What's
Yes.
next?
So we'll probably do tomatoes next. Put the flat bit of the tomato onto the chopping board and just cut in half for me.
So that's a really good way to cut safely as well, using the flat edge on the board, and that way the food doesn't rock around too much.
Yeah.
So these are tomatoes, nice and fresh. We've just rinsed these as well, so make sure that they're clean before we started cooking with them.
So now that you've chopped up all your tomatoes, we can move on to the eggs.
Great, all right, so we'll get that out the way.
Yeah. So bring your mixing bowl.
So we've got a few eggs to get through here. Do you have any tips on how to crack the eggs?
So crack the eggs as many times as you need until you have a little bit of a crack, I guess.
Yeah.
And just empty it out like that.
Okay, easy. So eggs are a really great source of protein, which would make this a very good snack or a lunch meal.
So we have 7 eggs here. We're just going to finish cracking them into the bowl.
Okay. And then whisk them up.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then
great.
you should probably wash your hands afterwards.
After handling raw eggs, yes, that's a good idea. All right. Good job. Any tips for the whisking?
Basically, just put it a bit to the side. Kind of use this technique. It's pretty straightforward, if I say so. Basically, whisk until it's a creamy yellow kind of mixture.
Okay. And do you need any special kind of eggs for this? Do you have to be really fresh, or can you use eggs that have been in the fridge as long as they're in their use-by date?
No, of course not. It's just kind of what you find in the fridge and the cupboards. And that includes, you can put spinach in it, cucumber, even carrots.
Okay, great. Sounds like you could add just about any vegetables that you have in the fridge.
Yeah, just whatever's lying around. Okay, so now you're just going to put this into the vegetables. So just put this into the sink. Okay, and now we will add the corn.
Okay. So have we just got canned corn there?
Yeah, just canned corn. Make sure you drain it too. We've done that before. Oh, and be really careful when you're opening the can with a can opener. The tin is really sharp and you just need to be super safe about that.
Yeah, that's a really good tip. And we've also used canned corn with no added salt. So when you buy canned foods, if you can, choose the no added salt varieties.
Use spring water tuna, and I know this is going to sound gross, but add the water. It just adds a little bit more flavour.
Okay, so we're using tuna in spring water and we used a big can of that. So get that in there. Great.
So now add the cheese.
And we've just got shredded cheddar cheese to go in there. Great.
Now give this a big mix.
Okay.
Now an important tip is to break up the tuna. So just make sure to mix it.
And I can already see this is looking like a really healthy, well-balanced meal. You've got some vegetables there, you've got some cheese, which is a good source of calcium, and then you've got egg and you've got tuna, which are both really good sources of protein.
So now take your pan and we're going to oil it.
So we're using a dish here that can go into the oven. Does it have to be any special size or just whatever you've got at home?
No, yeah, it's whatever you've got at home. This one is a little small, so if you have any left over, you can do 2 pans.
Okay, that's a good tip. So just a little drizzle of oil.
Yep. Maybe take a towel or something that you have to make sure,
Okay.
to make sure it's all around the pan.
So spread that around. Nice even spread of olive oil.
Yeah.
That's good.
So now that you've got the pan oiled, pour as much as you can of the mixture into the pan.
Okay. It looks like a really versatile dish, the kind of thing that you could make ahead of time, put it in the oven and have it ready in the fridge.
Yeah.
All right. So how much do you fill up the dish? To the top?
Yeah, relatively to the top. You just need to leave some space for the breadcrumbs and the cheese you're going to add on top of that.
Okay.
Okay, so now that you've put the mixture in the pan, add a little sprinkle of pepper.
Bit of extra flavour, that's nice. Great.
Then add your breadcrumbs.
So you just sprinkle those on top.
Yep.
That's nice. Looks good.
Okay, so make sure it's evenly distributed.
Yep.
And now add just a little sprinkle of cheese. You don't want too much, but it adds so much more flavour.
Okay. We add a nice golden crunch on top.
Yeah, that's what we're going for.
So that looks ready.
Yeah, so now we're going to put it into the oven.
Okay. And we've had the oven preheated.
Yes, we have. You have to keep it at 200 Celsius fan force. So take your oven mitts. You always have to be careful when you're using an oven.
Okay. Do you need help with this step?
Yes, please.
Sure, I'll open the door.
Thank you. So now that you put your tuna slice into the oven, I think this is a perfect opportunity to clean up after yourself. Just make sure your parents aren't the ones that do it.
Great.
Oh, and important note, keep the tuna slice in the oven for 25 minutes.
Perfect. Plenty of time to clean.
Yes. So now that it's been 25 minutes, let's check on the tuna slice.
Great. Let's see. How does it look?
I think it's ready.
Great. So as before, Poppy's got her oven mitts on, keeping her hands and her fingers and wrists nice and safe from the heat.
So you see how it's golden brown across the top? That's kind of what you want.
That looks great.
It's really great.
It smells delicious. So this is a really great meal. We haven't used all of the mixture in this dish, but if we had used the whole amount, it serves about 4 people, so enough for the family, and takes care of quite a few serves of your daily vegetables, dairy and proteins.